Welcome to this tutorial on kubectl debug and ephemeral debug containers. In Kubernetes, debugging running pods can be challenging, especially when they're built from minimal images. Kubectl debug is a powerful command that solves this problem by allowing you to troubleshoot pods without restarting them or modifying their original configuration. Before we dive into the solution, let's understand the problem. Many production containers use minimal or distroless images that lack debugging tools like curl, netstat, or even a shell. You cannot install packages in running production pods without rebuilding the image. Additionally, restarting pods to add debugging tools would lose runtime state and evidence of the issue you're trying to investigate. This creates a challenging situation for troubleshooting. Ephemeral containers are the solution to this problem. They are temporary containers that can be injected into running pods specifically for debugging purposes. The key advantages are that they can be added dynamically without requiring a pod restart. They come preloaded with full debugging toolsets, and they can be removed after your debugging session ends. This makes them perfect for troubleshooting production environments safely. The basic syntax for kubectl debug is straightforward. You type kubectl debug, followed by the pod name, then -it for interactive terminal, and --image equals the debug container image you want to use, such as BusyBox. This command attaches an ephemeral debug container to your running pod, giving you an interactive shell to investigate issues. Let's look at a practical example. Suppose you have a distroless Nginx pod that's experiencing network issues, but it has no network troubleshooting tools installed. You can run kubectl debug nginx-pod-it with the image flag set to Nicolaca/Netshoot and the target flag set to Nginx. This creates a debug container with comprehensive network tools and shares the process namespace with the Nginx container, allowing you to inspect network connections and processes. Let's break down the important flags. The --image flag specifies which debug container image to use for troubleshooting. The --target flag is crucial as it makes the debug container share the process namespace with the specified target container, allowing you to see and interact with processes from the target. The -it flag combines -i for interactive and -t for terminal, giving you an interactive terminal session inside the debug container. There are several popular debug images you can choose from. BusyBox is lightweight and contains basic Unix utilities like wget, ping, and a shell. Nicolaca/Netshoot is packed with network troubleshooting tools including tcpdump, curl, dig, and netstat. Ubuntu and Alpine provide full-featured Linux environments when you need more comprehensive debugging capabilities or specific packages. Choose the image based on what type of debugging you need to perform. Beyond basic troubleshooting, kubectl debug enables several advanced use cases. You can inspect the file system and container logs even when you don't have exec access to the original container. You can test network connectivity between services and debug DNS resolution issues. You can also profile CPU and memory usage in real time using tools that weren't available in the original container image. These capabilities make kubectl debug essential for production troubleshooting. Let's recap the key takeaways. Kubectl debug allows you to troubleshoot pods without needing to restart them, preserving the runtime state. Always use the --target flag when you need to share the process namespace with your application container for deeper inspection. This tool is essential for troubleshooting minimal and distroless images that lack debugging utilities. Master kubectl debug, and you'll be able to confidently troubleshoot any Kubernetes pod in production.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.